Hello student, good morning. I am R.K. Jha from Mahatma Gandhi Shikshan Sansthan. Today I have brought a class in subject mathematics for the student of class 10th, and the chapter is a pair of linear equation in two variables, and this is the part 2. And in this part 2 today I am going to discuss exercise 3.2. And in this chapter today we learn how we can solve pair of linear equation in two variables using graphically method, and what are the different natures of graphs and which type of questions asked related to graph of this chapter. So just first question of this exercise 3.2 is in class 10 suppose there are 10 students, and this is the first question. The 10 students of class 10 took part in a mathematics quiz, and if the number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys, find the number of boys and girls who took part in this quiz. So just see, in this question we have to find two things, number of boys and number of girls, and these two things we have to consider using two variables. For this, see, just I have considered the number of boys as x and number of girls is y, and total number of students in class is 10. Therefore, number of boys plus number of girls, since boys and girls both are students, and their total number is 10. So we can say number of boys plus number of girls will be total student, and total student is given 10. So x plus y is equal to 10. So using that information, I have framed the first equation. And also it is given the number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys. It means this number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys. So y is equal to x plus 4. And from this equation, x minus y is equal to minus 4. This one is the second equation. So using that information, I have framed two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. And after framing these equations, from both equations, just see, from equation 1, x plus y is equal to 10, so x will be 10 minus y. And from x is equal to 10 minus y, I have taken the value of y 4, then x will be 10 minus 4, 6. And when the value of y is 6, then the number of x will be 10 minus 6, 4. And when the number of girls, that is y, is 5, then 10 minus 5 is equal to 5. So x is also 5. So this way I have got the values of x and y. And once again, from equation 2, x minus y is equal to minus 4. So from this equation we can say x is equal to minus 4 plus y. And once again I have taken the value of y as 6, 6 minus 4, that will be 2. And when the value of y is minus 2, then x will be minus 6. And when the value of minus 1 as y, then x will be minus 5. So this way I have framed the two tables. And from this table, one coordinate is 6, 4, 4, 6, 5, 5. And from this table coordinate is 2, 6, minus 6, minus 2, minus 5 and minus 1. So from this first equation, first see, I have plotted the coordinates. See, first coordinate is 6, 4. So I have plotted 6 and 4. This is the 6, 4. Okay. Then 4, 6. This is the 4, 6. 4, 6. And next is 5, 5. And this is the 5, 5. So just in this plane, 1, 2, 3 points are obtained. Now, with the help of the scale, once again, I have drawn these 3 points, and after joining these points, we get the straight line, and this line represents of this equation, that is x plus y is equal to 10. So I have written x plus y is equal to 10. This is the line of the equation x plus y is equal to 10. Okay. And after getting first line, once move in second table, and from the second table once again the coordinate is 2, 6, that is 2, 6. This is 2, 6. Next is minus 6 and minus 2, so this is minus 6, and this is minus 2. Next is minus 5 and minus 1, this is, so now 1, 2 and 3 points are, then using a scale, once again I have drawn the line, and after joining the line, what we observe? The two lines intersect at this point. So when the two lines intersect at this point, then we can conclude the line of both the equations had intersect at one point. And when the line of the graph will meet at a point, at single point, it means that equation has unique solution. So what is the coordinate of this point? You can mention the coordinates of this point, and this is 3 and 7. In this 3, 7, x is 3 and y is 7. So y is 7, it means this is 7 and this is 3. So this is the number of girls and this is number of boys. So from this information, in that class, number of girls are 7 and number of boys are 3. So this way we can solve the graphical method. But when we solve the graphical method, then we have to focus at many points. Just see, already you know A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. So from equation 1, the coefficient of x is called A1, the coefficient of y is B1 and the constant term is C1. Okay? And from equation 2, the coefficient of x is A2 and the coefficient of y is B2 and the constant term is C2. So this way we know A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. And after writing this, we can say if A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, then it must be unique solution. Unique solution. If A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, but this is not equal to C1 by C2, then it has no solution. If A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2, then the equation has many solutions. So this way we can check. But suppose the questions will come, just say question number 2 is given. On comparing the ratios A1 by A2, B1 by B2 and C1 by C2, find out whether the lines representing the following pair of linear equations intersect at a point, are parallel or coincident. So see, when the ratio of A1, A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, then it must have intersecting lines like this, intersecting lines. And when A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is not equal to C1 by C2, then the line will be parallel. And when A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2, then the line will coincide. And so when this information already we know, unique solutions line represent intersecting lines and its ratio A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. If the lines of the equations are parallel, it means the system of equation has no solution and the ratio follows A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, but that is not equal to C1 by C2. If the lines of the equations becomes coincide, it means A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. So this way we can compare. And that question number 2 says, the question is given 5x plus 5x minus 4y plus 8 is equal to 0. First equation. And second equation is 7x plus 6y minus 9 is equal to 0. So just see, here A1 is 5 and A2 is 7, B1 is minus 4 and B2 is plus 6, C1 is 8 and C2 is minus 9. So first I make the ratios A1 by A2, B1 by B2, and C1 by C2. Initially don't put any sign. First you make ratio A1 by A2. So A is 5, A2 is 7, B1 minus 4, this is 6, C1 8 minus 9. So now see, and after having in simplest form, what we observe this? This is not equal to. If this is not equal to, then it can be understood here A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. Similarly, when all the A1, A2 and B1, B2 will be equal and this is not equal to C1 by C2, then the system will be no solution. If all the ratios are equal, then it has many solutions, and when it lie in this form, then it has intersecting lines, and when this lie in the form of this, then it has parallel lines, and when all the ratios are equal, then it has coincident lines. Okay, and on the same basis, it is given consistent and inconsistent. Actually, both questions, question number 2 and question number 3 are the same questions. Now, there is the language change. And how language has been changed? Their questions were based in question number 2 on intersecting parallels and many solutions. So how we can identify? Whether it has intersecting lines, so when A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. And how parallel lines? So when A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, but this is not equal to C1 by C2. And how this coincident lines? A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. And when this we know already, and then now suppose question is consistent and inconsistent. In part 1 in previous class already I have discussed, consistent means a system of pair of linear equation in two variables is said to be consistent if it has at least one solution. The unique solution also has one solution, and many solutions more than one solution. So whether intersecting lines or coincident lines, both will be consistent. And if the line will come as parallel, then that will be inconsistent. Inconsistent means no solution, and consistent means at least one solution. So whether we get intersecting lines or coincident lines, both will refer as consistent solution. Clear? And after that, question number 4 is given. Say we have to justify whether the lines of equation are consistent and inconsistent. So consistent means at least one solution. When the line will be intersecting or coincident, then that will be consistent. If the line will be parallel, then that is inconsistent. Okay, clear? Now, question number 5. And when some special questions are there, suppose when any informations, any situations are given in language. So first of all, that situations must be converted into linear equation ourselves. And when we will frame the equations correctly, then after framing the equation, we have to obtain the tables, and after obtaining the table, from those tables we can have coordinates, and after getting coordinates we have to plot the coordinates in this Cartesian plane, and when the lines will obtain, then we have to observe these points. Just what I have told you. Okay, so see, just like question number 5 is given, half the perimeter of rectangular garden whose length is 4 meter more than its width is 36 meter, means half of perimeter is 36 meter and length is 4 meter more than width, breadth. So here we can write length is equal to x and breadth is equal to y. And what is given? The length is 4 meter than its width, or other name of width is also breadth. It means x is equal to 4 plus y. If x is equal to 4 plus y, it means x minus y is equal to 4, and this is the first equation. And from this first equation, once again we have to draw the table like this, and when we will get the table, then after that we have to plot the points in the Cartesian plane, and after plotting the points we have to draw the line, and same things we have to do with the second table. Then after joining the points from the second table, the nature of the graph we can justify. out of the three cases, either you will get intersecting lines, coincident lines, or parallel lines. If the parallel lines, it means it has no solution. If intersecting lines, it means it has unique solution. If the line will be coincident, it means it has many solutions. Okay. So now see, question is, half of the perimeter. The perimeter of the rectangle is given by 2 into L plus B. But half of perimeter, the half of perimeter, that is P by 2, is equal to L plus B. And P by 2 means half of perimeter is given 36. And length is considered x. So x plus y is equal to 36. So this is the first equation. And x minus y is equal to 4 is the second equation. And from both the equations, once again we have to draw the tables, we have to plot the points, and after joining the points we can solve. Okay. Next, question number 6 is given. Given the linear equation 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. Write another linear equation. In this question, one equation is given. For example, see, one equation is given what? 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. And this is the first equation. And now we have to frame the second equation such that it will follow the intersecting lines. The two have intersecting lines, a1 by a2 must not be equal to b1 by b2. So suppose if I write 3x plus 2y minus 7 is equal to 0, then 2 by 3, a1 by a2, 2 by 3, and b1 by b2, 3 by 2. So 2 by 3 is not equal to b1 by b2, then it means this system of equation has unique solution. Okay. Suppose for no solution, we can write, suppose if I write here 2 by x 3, 2x plus 3y minus 8 is equal to 0. First equation is given. And this is 3x plus 4.5y minus 7 is equal to 0. Then 2 by 3 is equal to 3 by 4.5. That will be also 2 by 3. There it can be understood. A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2. Therefore, it has no solution. And this system will give you the parallel line. Okay. And when their ratio, we have to write here such number such that this must be equal to 2 by 3. Then we can say this system of equation will have coincident lines. Okay. And after that, just see, myself I clear. Some questions are there, and question is given just like, and this is the very important question. And questions is given like this. Find the area of the triangles formed by these lines and the x-axis, or find the area of the triangles formed by these lines and the y-axis. The questions may be, said the region bounded by these lines and the x-axis, or said the region bounded by these lines and the y-axis. It may be, find the vertices of the triangles which meet at x-axis or y-axis. So suppose if I have drawn, just suppose this one is the graph, and suppose this line represents the first equation. Okay, just I have drawn, and suppose this line represents the second equation. Then from this, after joining these two lines, what we see on x-axis? See, this is the triangle, and y-axis, this is the triangle ABC. The triangle ABC is at y-axis, and BDE, and triangle BDE is at x-axis. So when question is at y-axis, then simply shade this. When question is about shading, or when question is about shading at the y-axis, then shade this region. Suppose we have to find the area, then that will be the base. Then we have to count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say, suppose base is 5 units and this height will be 3. The height is 3 units, and once again we have to use the formula for the area of triangle 1 by 2 into base into height. Then by substituting their values, we can find the area of the given triangle. Similarly, same process can be done with y-axis. Suppose the questions will for writing the coordinates, then we have to write their coordinates first, x and y of this point, x and y of this point, x and y of this point. So either question is given coordinate, point and vertices, all are the same question. So thank you, and I hope with this technique we can solve this exercise 3.2 of NCERT or from reference book first exercise. This surely it will help you to solve the question. And once again I will carry the next method, elimination method and substitution method in my next class. Thank you.